Some people still seem to be amazed that there are people called beginners and they need to be educated, much like we all did back in the day. What did you know? Nothing. You walk into a gym, you slam a weight in your face, you went, I don't think that was the right thing to do. Simon the Board A-hole here, along with Gerald the fitness mascot. Make sure you got a fitness mascot in your life. Thank you very much to the person in the comments the other day. It said, Simon, you're my fitness mascot. When that happened, I kind of stared off into the distance. I was like, man, it's all coming together. Then I snapped back to reality and realized I hadn't done any work for the day. But the video we are getting on with right now is actually quite a big request. It's one of the reasons I'm doing it. Ages ago, we used to do the Should You Listen to Them series. When I was watching a lot of fitness YouTubers and they had a lot of opinions, so I thought I'd sit down here and talk about them. Kind of thought, you know what, these get a little bit negative. I want the channel to be positive and motivating and make you feel all good and warm and fuzzy in your tum-tum. But gravity motivation probably gets mentioned to me, I mean, not like a crazy amount of times, but sort of 50 times a week. And eventually I was like, man, I just got to watch this gravity motivation guy. Because when you hear gravity motivation, I don't know about you, but I don't think, oh, that must be about going to the gym. I kind of got excited and think maybe it's about an astronaut and it's going to be talking about people becoming space cadets. And maybe I will become a space cadet and I go to the moon. Quick little story for you. I never want to go to the moon. If the world was about to explode and everyone was getting on a rocket to go and live on the moon, I don't think I could do it because I think the whole process of getting into space is so crazy and so terrifying. I'd probably just stay on the planet and eat a bunch of pizza and wait it out. But yes, I did sit down. I did watch a lot of his videos and I have some opinions on it. So here we go. I thought I'd go with the most latest video they put up, which is 8 things to never do after a workout. And I got very excited because they are embracing the list feature. And as you know, we embrace the list feature here on Simon Miller's Fitness. And I was like, what are they going to talk about? What are they going to say? Maybe I will learn a thing or two. And you know what? I kind of did. For starters, he's got 3.3 million subscribers, which is absolutely nuts. And even though this video only went live a couple of days ago, it has done 426,000 views. This is incredible numbers. This is incredible numbers. Write down, I want to make it clear at the start of the video because I get how audience retention works. It doesn't matter what I say about him. This guy has succeeded. This guy has smashed it. This guy is an inspiration and somebody we should all be looking up to. Stands to reason that there must be some good content within it. And there is.
After a workout, your muscles are left broken down due to microscopic tears, and your glycogen stores are left depleted, leaving you feeling a little more tired and much hungrier than you felt before you started your workout. Now, this is all perfectly normal as long as you do the right things after your workout to recover.
So straight away, he's just firing decent science at you, right? And you always get that one person's like, well, this is obvious stuff. But sometimes it's good to state the obvious because you may not be 100% sure, or you may have read different details from a few different sources. Well, now you are getting it. Also, you got to shout out to the guy's editing. The guy's editing is absolutely ridiculous. It's quick, it's different, it's really high end. He gets things drawn for him. He gets these like, you know, weird graphics of muscles tearing and coming in your face. Like, oh my gosh, here comes a muscle. But I always like it with people that start with just simple, hard-hitting facts, because really it's the basic building blocks that you need when it comes to building muscle and getting in shape and what you should do and what you shouldn't do. It's rare that you watch a video and they say, oh, no one's ever talked about X, and usually the thing they're talking about is some kind of supplement they're trying to sell you. You can get a lot of confidence from people that actually do repeat a lot of the same stuff, and I get it, if you watch a lot of their videos, you may get a little bit bored of it, but I'm going to presume he does this in case you are brand new to his channel, and that's massively important. Some people still seem to be amazed that there are people called beginners and they need to be educated, much like we all did back in the day. What did you know? Nothing. You walk into a gym, you slam a weight in your face, you went, I don't think that was the right thing to do because it hurt. And I know you're going for some kind of pain in the gym, but pal, that ain't it. Also, we got to talk about that beard. Look at that beard. I can't grow a beard that good. That is a wonderful, wonderful beard. And he also has very nice hair, which obviously I get a bit annoyed about because he's a bored asshole.
First mistake that I want to start with is believing that you can't eat any sources of fat like eggs, avocado, or steak after your workout. Now, this belief has been around for a long time, and I used to believe in it too. On top of that, while carbohydrates and protein play a big part in the recovery and muscle growth process, fats don't really help spike your insulin levels in the way that carbs do.
It's just top stuff, isn't it? I like the way that he presents it. I like the way that he tells it to you. He's teaching it to you via science, and you can't argue with science. You can try, but science just ignores you and it kicks you right in the balls. But also, there's just a few choice words that he throws in there when he says, look, I used to do this, and that's the most important thing anybody can tell you. You are going to make mistakes. Like bodybuilding, fitness, going to the gym, Fitness Palace of Love is just all trial and error. It really, really is just all trial and error. Like, you may have seen a video that actually said to you, you shouldn't eat fat, so you stopped eating fats after you're working out, and then you see this one and you're like, oh my gosh, he's telling me to eat fats, and you try each one and you see what one is going to work. Now again, once more, his is backed up with actual facts, so you can probably put more belief in him. But it's just good stuff. And also, I've just looked down at my phone where I paused it, and the God Kratos is there from the God of War series. And if you use Kratos, you already win.
So if your meal takes a little longer to absorb because you added fat to it, it's really not going to make that big of a difference, especially if you already had breakfast or you simply ate before your workout.
There you go. Nice, easy information. Are fats after a workout going to sort of help you in a super duper way? No. But is it really going to affect you in a negative way? Probably not either. So he's given you the choice and he's just given you the information.
The next mistake is going overboard with rewarding yourself for your workout with food. I've seen people with my own eyes hit the gym and then right afterwards stop at a 7-Eleven and pick up some candy like gummy bears, for example. Now, even though one of the best times to have sugar does happen to be immediately after your workout, since it'll help spike your insulin levels, there's a big difference between having a banana versus Sour Patch Kids.
Interesting debate that, because I'm sure you've seen it, I've seen it, we've all seen it, probably your mum has seen it, and she doesn't know what's going on unless she's well into going to the gym, and I hope she is. That would rock. The idea of the carbs post-workout to spike your insulin, again, there's lots of arguments before it and blah, blah, blah. The anabolic window, I don't want to talk about it here, we've talked about it 1,000 times. But I have seen, some people say you should have a banana, some people say you should have some high glycemic carbs, some people say, hey man, just eat a bunch of sweets. It kind of all follows the same pathway, but as he's talking about, it really is more of a mental thing, which is what I'm always trying to focus here more on the channel. I'm sure you could get away with eating gummy bears or Haribo or whatever after you work out, but it's unlikely you're going to eat 12 bananas, unless you're a monkey, and if you are, thanks for watching, be Gerald's friend, you can go and hang out. If you are eating candy or you're eating sweets, oh no, I said an American word, now the comments are going to go mad.
Candy. Sweet.
But if you are going to eat that kind of stuff, you may start plowing your face with it, especially because we've all done that. How many times you've had a good workout and then think, oh, I can have a little bit of a treat, which you are more than allowed, by the way, but of course, if you do it consistently and if you do it too much, it's actually going to have a detrimental effect to your workouts because you're not giving your body the right nutrients that it needs. So I'm glad that he addressed that. Doesn't completely crap over it, but just kinds to explain it in a simple way. There's that word again.
The food you eat will play a bigger impact than the workout you perform.
That is perfect, isn't it? The food you eat will have a bigger impact than the workout you perform. I think we got to give him a round of applause. I know it's really annoying. I hate myself right now. If I could defriend myself, I would. But what a friend. He should have that tattooed on his face.
Another thing you should never skip out on after your workout is stretching. Even though it's not very wise to perform static stretches before your workout, it's very important to make sure that you stretch after your workout, especially if your workouts revolve around lifting weights.
Best information so far. It really is, because stretching ain't sexy, man. That's what I'm going to get tattooed on my face. Stretching ain't sexy. Nobody wants to do it, especially because you just finished working out, maybe done some cardio. All you want to do is go home and eat. You're hungry, you're desperate. You don't want to stretch. Nobody wants to do this for 30 seconds. You want to get active, you want to get doing stuff. But it's one of the best things, the two best things I think in my later years of lifting weights that I ever incorporated into my routine are training muscle points twice a week after thinking you only train them once a week, but also stretching after workouts. And look, you don't have to do a lot. Even if you just did 5 minutes, I mean, you should do more, but start with 5 minutes, try and work up to 10. Even when you do start doing that, you do see such a difference going forward. You feel better, you feel looser, you're into athletic competition that's going to probably prevent you from doing injury, also going to prevent you from getting injured in the gym. Because yeah, if your chest does tighten up, everything else is going to come, the hunchback of Notre Dame. Of course you will, because think of what your body, your skeleton is just a base, then you have tendons and cartilage and muscle all on top, and if you pull it all forward, it's all going to be out of whack. It's why you may have back pain, it's why you may have leg pain, it's why I'm a huge advocate for yoga. I think if you're only going to do sort of the 5-10 minutes of stretching after a week, if you try and after working out, if you try and get yoga in maybe once or twice a week, then you're benefiting that even more. I mean, ideally with the gym, you don't just want to go for a day, 2 days, a week and a month. You want to do it from the moment you fall in love with it until the day you drop down dead. So we're talking about longevity here. So you've got to protect yourself and you've got to put yourself first. And sometimes that means doing things you don't want to do, like foam rolling. I mean, come on, foam rolling. What are you going to do? I'm going to lay on the floor and I'm going to put a bit of like plastic pad down. I'm going to go like this. That's no one's idea of fun.
The next mistake, as opposed to eating too much after your workout, is waiting too long to provide your body the nutrients it needs to recover. Yes, it's true that the anabolic window is a myth. You don't have to rush home as fast as possible to eat a meal. However, if you want to maximize muscle growth, it's proven that supplying your body with a consistent stream of amino acids throughout the day can help keep you in a positive protein turnover rate.
I mean, what else can I say? The anabolic window, I said I wasn't going to talk about it, but we're here now. If you want to do the anabolic window, you can do the anabolic window. I sometimes do it. That's mostly because I'm a fat pig and I just want to eat at all times of the day so I can use working out as a justification to eat. But you don't have to stress yourself out over it. And that's why I think it's really good that he said it. But of course, Again, it's just more of the overarching thing when it comes to fitness. It's not about what you do in a day. It's not really about what you do in a week. It's what you're doing over months. And as long as you are sort of consistently supplying yourself with, right food, amino acids, nutrients, protein, carbs, fats, blah, 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 and you're working out hard enough and you've got the perfect balance and you're moderating everything well, then you are going to see, not only are you going to see results, but you'll also get away with having a cheat here and there or making a mistake here and there or not doing it on the occasional day because 95 to 98% of the time, you're absolutely smashing it. So if you want to do the anabolic window, do the anabolic window. If you don't want to do the anabolic window, don't do it. You're not doing the anabolic window, basically. You're just having a protein shake as soon as you work out because, like me, you're disgusting.
And this brings me right to the next mistake, which is not having enough protein after your workout. Now, based on what I've already talked about, this should be pretty obvious. Without consuming enough protein, you won't have the amino acids required to start rebuilding and growing your muscles.
And we'll finish with that one because, it re-hammers home the idea that you're not technically building your muscles in the gym. You're building your muscles outside of the gym. You go to the gym to break it down, and when you've broken down all those muscle fibers, etc., you're going to fill them with a bunch of protein and food, and you're going to try and get stronger, and you're going to try and get bigger, which is why, of course, as soon as you have worked out, you need to ensure that you're getting protein, and you need to ensure that you're getting protein throughout the day, because your muscles are basically like kids. They're basically like your children. You know what children, they go, I want my food, I want my food. You're like, what the flip is wrong with your voice? Are you from hell? And that's what your muscles want. Not that they're from hell, they're demons or devils, but they want to be, constantly satiated in order to do what you are telling them to do. Because that's what you're saying. You're breaking it down. You're saying, grow, my pretties, grow, like you're the witch from the Wizard of Oz.
The last to go will see the first three go before her.
Look, I mean, gravity transformation, I think, is super accessible. It's super easy. Sure, if you're a moderate to advanced lifter, will you get much from it? Well, I'd actually say you probably would here and there. I think he throws out some good tips, but you can never learn. I mean, not only can you never stop learning, which is true, but there's nothing wrong with just reaffirming the basics. There's just not to make sure you are on the right track. So I really like his stuff. Again, it's very easy to watch. It's not like, some people that yell at you or shout at you or anything like that, which I do like too. We talked about it before, but it's very, very easy to watch. He makes fitness feels very accessible, very inclusive, just a nice guy. Good vibes coming out of that. I'd never heard of it, so thank you so much for everyone that did recommend it. And now he's on my my rotation, and I'll always check it out. Even for something like this. I mean, another video that I saw, which was, I can't find it now, but just random this one. 9 worst things to do before a workout. I watched it, I knew all of them, but it's just nice to hear. It's nice to give yourself a pat on the back and go, wow, I have educated myself, and now I can fly to whatever is next. So shout out to Gravity Transformation. Make sure you go give him a subscribe. I'm pretty sure you already have because I am teeny and he is huge. Otherwise, like the video, share the video. Please do hit the subscribe button. I'd massively appreciate it, as I would if you hit the bell ding ding so you get notified when I'm doing anything on this channel. There's another video right there if you want to watch me again, kind of shout at you for a while. Also, Patreon, Instagram, merchandise, Twitter, all of that is in the description below. All Simon Miller 316. But again, as I always say, if you are working out today, smash it, be it in a gym, the Fitness Palace of Love, or at home. It's all about intensity. I believe in you. So does Gerald. Give him a kiss. See you soon.